At 21 years old, most footballers are still trying to make a name for themselves. They're usually breaking into the first team, showing flashes of brilliance, and hoping to prove they belong at the highest level. But Erling Haaland? At 21, he wasn't just making a name for himself. He was terrifying defenders, shattering records, and scoring goals like a machine. In just a few years, he had gone from a promising youngster in Norway to one of the most feared strikers in world football. But just how good was 21-year-old Haaland? Was he already the best striker in the world? Let's break it down. Before Haaland became a superstar, he was already showing glimpses of his potential. Born in Leeds, England, but raised in Norway, Haaland was always destined for football. His father, Erling Haaland, was a professional footballer. But while his dad was a solid defender, young Erling had one obsession: scoring goals. He started his career at Bryn FK, a small club in Norway, but his talent was too big for the local league. By 18 years old, he moved to Red Bull Salzburg, and that's when the world really started to take notice. At just 19 years old, Haaland was already a goal machine. 28 goals in 22 games for Salzburg in just half a season. 8 goals in his first 6 Champions League games, a record start. Hat-trick on his Champions League debut. He was scoring against top teams like Liverpool and Napoli, and it was clear this wasn't just another young striker. This was a generational talent. But the real test came when he moved to Borussia Dortmund in January 2020. Would he be able to do it at a higher level? The answer? Absolutely. When Haaland joined Dortmund, he wasted no time. On his debut, hat-trick in 23 minutes. It was like watching a cheat code in real life. He had explosive pace, faster than most defenders, clinical finishing, right foot, left foot, headers. He scored them all. Insane strength. He bullied defenders like they were children. And he wasn't just good, he was unstoppable. 41 goals in 41 games in the 2020-21 season. Bundesliga Player of the Season nominee at 20 years old. Champions League top scorer in 2020-21. 10 goals in 8 games. By the time he turned 21, the debate had already started. Is Haaland the best young striker in the world? The numbers didn't lie. At 21, he had already scored 85 goals in 88 games for Dortmund. That's not just good, that's outrageous. At 21 years old, Haaland wasn't just a great young striker. He was already putting up numbers that rivaled football legends. Let's compare him to some of the best strikers of all time at the same age. Cristiano Ronaldo at 21 to 17 goals in a season for Manchester United. Lionel Messi at 21 to 38 goals in a season for Barcelona. Ronaldo Nazario at 21 to 47 goals in a season for Barcelona. Kylian Mbappe at 21 to 30 goals in a season for PSG. Erling Haaland at 21 to 41 goals in a season for Dortmund. He was matching or even outscoring some of the greatest players in history. And unlike some of them, he was doing it in a Dortmund team that wasn't competing for league titles or Champions League trophies. Haaland wasn't surrounded by world-class teammates like Messi at Barcelona or Mbappe at PSG. Yet, he was still scoring at an elite level. The scariest part? He was still improving. Haaland's numbers were insane, but what truly set him apart? At just 21 years old, he already had the full package of a complete striker. Pace. His top speed of 36 kilometers per hour made him one of the fastest players in the world. Physicality. At 6 feet 4 inches, 1.94 meters, and 88 kilograms, he was built like a tank. Composure. He was cold-blooded in front of goal, never panicking under pressure. Finishing. Left foot, right foot, headers. He could score from anywhere. Positioning. His movement inside the box was world-class, always in the right place at the right time. And then there was his mentality. Haaland wasn't just a great player. He had the hunger of a champion. He trained like a beast, worked on his weaknesses, and had the confidence of a superstar. At 21, he didn't just want to be great. He wanted to be the best. By the time Haaland was 21, every top club in the world wanted him. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester United, PSG, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, they all tried to sign him. But in the summer of 2022, he made a career-defining move. Manchester City. For just 60 million euros, City got one of the most lethal strikers in the world. Some people doubted him. Could he handle the Premier League? Could he adapt to Pep Guardiola's system? Could he keep up his insane goal-scoring numbers in a tougher league? Well, we all know what happened next. Haaland's first season at Manchester City was record-breaking. Premier League Golden Boot, 36 goals in 35 games. Champions League top scorer, 12 goals in 11 games. Helped City win the historic treble, Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League. And to think, just a year before, at 21, he was still at Dortmund, already looking like the future of football. At 21 years old, Erling Haaland wasn't just a promising talent. He was already one of the best strikers in the world. His goal-scoring ability was unmatched, his physical attributes were terrifying, and his mentality was that of a future legend. Most players at that age are still developing, but Haaland was breaking records, dominating defenders, and forcing the football world to take notice. So, just how good was 21-year-old Erling Haaland? Simply put, world class. He wasn't just great for his age, he was already playing at a level most strikers never reach in their entire careers. And considering what he went on to do after 21, one thing is clear. We are witnessing the rise of a footballing monster.